Has everybody seen this one?
I haven't seen this.
Oh, you didn't see that one.
Let's call the meeting to order and I'll rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, John.
Rod. Here. Nicole.
Here.
Dave. Here. Carolyn.
Here.
Deb.
Here. Anybody from the audience have any comments? Now or forever hold your peace? Nothing, huh? Okay, approval of the town board minutes from February 10th, 2025.
I move to approve the town board meeting minutes from February 10th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Plan Commission, Dorothy.
Okay, well, at our
Hold
last
on,
meeting,
just a second. Before we do the report, we're going to open these bids, move that up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get that out of the
yeah.
way.
I'll make a motion to move the bids up.
Okay. Need a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. This one is from Paul Bogart. Everybody's ready?
Ready?
Base course, a 5/8 to 3/4 inch minus and 1 1/4 inch minus gradation, number 2, anywhere in the township for the price of $9.50 per ton. 4-inch gyratory breaker run in lieu of shell rock sand anywhere in the township for $9.40 per ton. 6 to 8 inch breaker, $9.40 per ton. Crushed recycled blacktop, $14 per ton. Price for township residents is $1 per ton more.
What? Say that again.
Price per township residents is $1 per ton more. So if residents want to order a ton of
Oh,
whatever,
it's 10 more.
it's
$10
$1 per
$10 more
ton,
dollars.
per ton
More.
more. Got all that?
Got it.
All right, next one is Earth Incorporated. All right, decomposing granite, $9.59 per ton. Base course, the 5/8 to 3/4 inch minus, $9.68 per ton. Base course, 1 1/4 inch minus, $9.58 per ton. Aggregate gradation number 2, slate certified, $9.75 per ton. Shell rock sand, delivered anywhere in the township, $9.40 per ton. And 6 to 8 inch breaker, $9.25 per ton. And the pricing to be honored for the town of McMillan residents within a minimum of 22 ton per load.
And what was the granite? I didn't hear that.
There you go.
Okay. Got them all? See? Did you?
Oh, my. You can look at that, see if you can figure out a price on that. I don't see any prices, do you? Oh, this one is for accounts payable, we're launching a new system.
Okay. No, I don't see any prices on this.
I don't know what that is, looks like advertising.
Yeah, I imagine they just send it up to us to be, I think they use them for the county used them for the culverts on the end.
Donna, this is for you. It's a check for building rental.
John, get those first. Yeah, thanks.
There's a check in there.
Yeah, he goes.
This one's from Red Rock. Screen decomposed granite, $9.90 per ton. 6 by 8 inch breaker rock, $10.43 per ton. And that's all he's got on here. Decomposed granite, this is from Kafka, $9.40 per ton. And that's all he has on his. This is from Warden Enterprises, they're out of Ringgold. Decomposed granite, $9.41 a ton. And they will honor McMillan residents with a minimum of a 22-ton load. And that's what we got for bids.
And what was the name?
Warden, W-O-R-D-E-N, Enterprises.
From Ringgold?
Yeah.
Can I see you bars?
You can see them all.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's just a certificate of insurance.
Oh, you can look at it first. They were the only ones that offered the recycled plastic.
What do we pay for recycled now? Kurt, do you know?
What?
What do we pay for recycled blacktop?
I don't know. I don't think we've gotten any in the last year.
Do you know, John?
Is Rod London?
Yeah.
We did get some in the last year, but I don't know what we paid. We went through the county, so.
What about you, what county, that I do know. Not big deal.
And it was just one red pickup truck. It wasn't even a full dump truck.
This one, there's a certificate of insurance here too. This is for her.
Recycled asphalt, is that cold patch? Or is that something different?
No.
No, that's different.
So do we ever go like between, because some offer more than others.
Mm-hmm.
So do we say, for this, we want to go with this company, or this, we want to go with that? Or do we typically say we want to stick with one company?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, because, you know, a couple of them only give
Mm-hmm.
two numbers.
Rod wants to do any of them?
I have seen a couple of these and she read it off, so.
I got the rest of them.
only granite. And this one is only granite. Mm-hmm. Is that what I'm saying? One cent difference.
One penny, I know, I see that.
Is you finished?
Yep.
Are there representatives from every group here?
You got, Earth, Janet Boris here, Junior is here. I don't think anybody else is.
Hmm?
Specs for all of them.
Yes. And a certificate of injuries.
They don't have to have them anyway.
There's those. Oh, here was the top of this one.
I don't think so. Can we see Bogar's again?
Did you bid granite, Paul? No, we did not. Okay, that's why.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
There's no certificate there.
But they still have to have it,
Yeah.
and we will.
Yeah.
Granite would be the confidence.
It's supposed to all be there.
And the rest are, that's all that's,
Is Bogar and Breaker?
Pardon?
Did Bogar bid on Breaker rock?
6 to 8 inch, is that the one you're talking about?
940.
$9.40 per ton.
So this is cheaper. We need a spreadsheet.
Well,
Oh, you did it already?
No, I didn't get all of them, so I mean, you guys
Oh.
can fill in the blanks, but, so if you want to, so this is what I've captured so far, and then I've got a formula here that will cut the minimum ones, but then you just have to find out which one. This is all, I mean, obviously if I had more time, I could
yeah.
calculate
Yeah, I
the same.
think I got most of it anyway.
So, you guys will need to fill in some blanks, like, Earth, I think I missed a handful of them.
well,
Or I can just
Earth is right here.
grab the.
Do you just want to do that quick?
Sure.
Because it's just easier
Can I have all
visual
the
to
Here you go,
see.
you got this one, you got this one, you got this
Should we
one.
take a 5-minute recess?
Sure. All right.
I think that would be helpful, just so we can enjoy some trash.
Well, why don't we start with our reports and we'll just let John take care of it, I suppose. or
Well, how
do
can
you
you-
do
How can you
minutes?
take the minutes and
I mean, he's good, but
Are you that good, John?
especially when you got the computer working on something else.
That was a nice thought, anyway.
it was.
What you can do is look over your stuff from Quest, the numbers on the front page. And that's for Scott. I seen one of those today. That's the second one I've seen.
Yeah, I had one in my house
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah, they're in the pavilion too. Oh, so this will go through the, till next year?
Well, it takes them all summer to do it. They're not gonna do the road construction until 26.
I suppose it makes sense. Yes. I was just wishful thinking.
You're a dreamer.
You know, there's a bunch of realists here, I'm just a.
You're a dreamer. Mhm.
That's what I thought.
We applied for the ARIP, we applied for Drake and Stock. You could only get one,
Yeah.
so we got Stock. Galvin, that was a long time ago, we never got anything from that.
I was trying to think, because I couldn't remember, I knew we got denied.
Last spring,
Was
wasn't
it?
that, John?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. They're talking about those ARIPs possibly again this year,
Oh,
so that would be a good thing, because that's a 90-10. That's a nice grant.
oh, wow.
We have not, have we accepted that grant? Do we have to accept that grant?
No, it'd probably be a good idea,
I think so,
yeah.
because I heard something the other day, and I'm curious, I don't know if there's truth to it or not. If we have a grant to redo a road,
Mhm.
we cannot put weight limits on it?
That ARIP, that one for Stock, is exactly right,
Yeah,
for 10 years, for sure.
yeah,
And then if it starts to deteriorate, you can go back to the state and get permission to post it.
so.
But that's 1,379,000 that they're gonna put towards that road, you know? So they do have a little say.
Yeah, yeah.
I see that they're talking of sleeving the culverts instead of replacing them.
Mhm.
Have we actually looked at them to know whether they're actually sleevable yet?
I believe we did, didn't we? When you and I looked at the culverts, and I think Jim actually went out and looked at them. And he said that, at this point, they didn't look like they needed to be replaced.
Jim Wendell.
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like base course 5/8 to 3/4. Bugar had 9.5 and Earth had 9.68. So Bugar is the lowest on that one. Base course 1 1/4. There was only one bidder, that was Earth at 9.58.
958 or 950?
$9.58.
My 1.25 is included in the 5/8 and the 3/4. So they're all the same price.
So it's $9.50 for the.
That's all in this.
Oh, yeah, thank you,
First
all right,
line.
I missed that, yeah, good. Okay, so,
It's 950 versus 958.
correct. So far, Paul Bugar is the lowest bidder on both of those. The next one is 4-inch shell rock. Paul Bugar is offering gradatory breaker run, 4-inch gradatory breaker run in lieu of shell rock. I don't know what any of this stuff means, so. forgive me. And then, Earth appears to be offering shell rock sand for $9.40 a ton. So both of them are at $9.40. I don't know if they're exactly the same quality stuff, I don't know, so. That's for you guys to decide. 6 to 8 breaker, I've got Earth at the lowest at $9.25. Recycled blacktop is Paul Bugar. That was only bid received. I don't know if that was, I think that was a bonus offering, because I don't think we asked for that one, but that one's $14. Decomposing granite,
$14 per
Ton.
ton.
Did aggregate?
No. So there was only, I only found one aggregate radiation 2 offering, and that was from Earth at $9.75 per ton. And then decomposing granite, 4 bidders on that one. $9.40 was the lowest, that was from Copco.
We're kind of all over the board.
The radiation number 2 is the same as 3/4 base.
So that's 940 or 950?
Yeah, I have-
950 it says 3/4.
Okay.
What was it, it's bid on, number 2 or whatever it was?
I'm sorry?
What was Earth's bid on the
Earth's bid on the aggregate radiation number 2 at 975. But you're saying that your 3/4 is the same thing?
yes.
Okay.
I wouldn't have known that either.
I think I should have a few more people here tonight.
I couldn't keep up with Deb, so I kinda got messed up here.
Yeah, and I wrote down the wrong ones for you.
I'm sorry, I read it too fast.
Yeah,
So that would switch from,
So Bluegar would then also have aggregate radiation number 2 at 950. So here, I can show you guys my,
Now you have a sheet.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it's nice and easy to see. And
So it looks like,
all the ones in yellow are the,
No?
yeah.
but they're tied. That one.
Yeah, so this one is the in lieu of, and this one's the shell rock copper. Like I said, I don't know what that means, so.
So Bulgar is the lowest for the base course, 5/8 to 3/4 and 1 1/4.
so we could take that as one also.
These two are the same.
So what do you guys wanna do for that one?
Yeah,
Also,
so
the same, it's not the same product, so I just go with both of those.
this one is
So
in
if we
lieu
decide
of,
we
this
want
one
one
is
versus the
shell
other,
rock.
then we've got it, otherwise we don't have it.
I don't know.
You were asking for the townspeople to get the same price, so too. On your bid, you're requesting that if anybody in the town want material, the price be honored too.
That is also.
My price honors it.
Yeah, Earth's did not say that, did it?
Earth did say it.
Earth or,
Bluegar wanted $1.
oh yeah, oh, you're right. Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
But then there wasn't a limit on what, or how much they ordered either, it was whatever they wanted. For the other two, you got basically take a full quad.
But you're not gonna run out here very yard.
Right.
I wouldn't either.
You got 20-ton minimum load, so you wouldn't have to go to half a load is all you have.
Oh, it'd be half loaded?
No, you said 22-ton minimum, so that we're not taking a half a load to somebody, it's one load or 100 loads, whatever.
Not half.
You start spreading it out in the driveway, it disappears fast enough anyway.
Dave,
Yeah.
why don't you make the motion, you're the one that understands it there.
Well, I just got,
I think you got it pretty well done, don't you?
Yeah, I just wanna write it down.
and then probably make it next one.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, I think last time I put it in the minutes.
I think you did, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
so do we wanna make a motion for each item? I think that's the
Well,
best.
I think
Or you can do it for each person.
I would say.
For each business.
Yeah.
Each vendor?
Yeah, so award the bid to,
Okay.
All blue cars, or 1, 2, 3.
yeah, that's what I do.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8. Or, 1, 5.
Yeah.
This one's easy.
All right, so, I wish I had my phone, I could just, can't read it now, I'll write it down. Unless I just say it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I move to accept the bid of base course for 5/8 to 3/4 and base course for 1 1/4 for $9.50 per ton, and 4-in-1 breaker for $9.40 per ton, and recycled blacktop for $14 per ton, and aggregate gradation 2 for $9.50 per ton from Bugar.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
My second motion is to accept 4-inch shell rock for $9.40 per ton, and then 6 1/8 breaker for $9.25 per ton from Earth.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And then I move to accept decomposing granite for $9.40 per ton from Kafka.
Second. Looking for somebody else.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen, for bidding.
Thank you.
There's the list of paperwork on that.
Okay.
Thank you, John, for doing that.
Yeah.
Saving me us a ton of time.
All right. Is there anything else we need to move up? No, huh?
The only thing I'd recommend is, once John gets that done, is we take a copy of that and put it by the water fountain in the town garage, so that
Make sure.
any of our employees that have hired or have to order something, they know who to get it from,
Okay.
as the year goes on. So.
All right. Dorothy.
Okay, well, at the last meeting, we had a petition for a rezone for Donald Sebastian. The front letter says on behalf of Rome Properties. Rome Properties has nothing to do with this. That was a mistake. But anyways, the plan commission, after we did our motion and voted, we turned it down. First time I've been on the plan commission that we've honest to God turned the thing down. But it was due to the fact that he wants to go from rural residential to ag. It's 14 acres. When that property was zoned as farmland pres, didn't fit into the category, it went to rural residential. That is a corridor that the plan commission, our comp plan shows we want to do either rural residential or commercial. So our recommendation is not to pass it. And he puts in, if you read all his paper, he talks more about his conditional use permit. He can run those two things together, but when I talked to Shad today, he says, with the way our comp plan is set up, I don't think, he didn't think it was a good fit, but it's your diligence to decide what you want to do. Okay, the Marathon County 26 Comprehensive Zoning Revision Survey, we looked that over. We kind of filled it out, but at the bottom it says, town clerk, town board. So our recommendations, the only thing we saw is number 4, we've got a good rapport with the county. Wouldn't want to lose that. The only time that we hear any scuttlebutt is if somebody's not happy. Otherwise, you never hear from them. We all know how that goes. But that was pretty much our meeting. We missed all of you, didn't see anybody there. Oh, it's the COVID cough.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. It was a good meeting.
Anybody have any questions for Dorothy? Okay. For highway, roads are posted as of today. County called and said they were posted, so I talked to Kurt last week and we got signs up, and we got a call this morning already that they wanted to, well, can I go down Galvin? See? No. So that's out there already. Plowing, we had a complaint that we plowed too well. And I'm not joking. The guy was mad because he had gotten up at 1 o'clock in the morning and he was plowing driveways. And our guys didn't start till 4 o'clock in the morning, so those driveways got a little snow on the end of them. So he was upset about that. So, he was just tired. We had the salt inspection, and we have to get a tarp to put over the top of that. And that's pretty much it for highway at this point. Anything you got to add, Kurt? I got it covered? Library, Rod.
Nothing at this time.
Nicole, buildings and grounds?
So I have to talk to you, Debbie, about the
No.
glass in the.
Call Marshfield Glass
Okay,
and ask them to come out and adjust the glass, because it's movable, okay?
okay.
And what they'll do is put suction cups on it, and they'll move that glass back up.
What's happening is there's like
A gap.
a gap and there's a piece of, I don't know what you wanna call it.
It's a seal.
Like a seal that keeps falling out.
Okay, call
So I-
Marshfield
And
Glass.
I keep pushing it back in with the broom. And it keeps falling back
Now, is
out.
it the glass, the actual glass, or is it above the frame?
It's above the frame.
Then that's probably me or Casey. Like, what we've done in there, we've just taken and put in styrofoam, those round ones.
Yes.
And we pushed that in there because originally there was nothing in there.
Okay, so that, it's cracked and it broke, the styrofoam.
Okay,
And I keep pushing it back in there.
then you need to get new and then probably
Styrofoam?
silicone or whatever on the
Okay.
outside. so
But
that
they
it
probably
stays.
need to adjust those windows anyway, because it's been a few years since they did that,
I can do.
because they do
both,
move.
But it's Marshall glass.
Yep.
Okay. So I will work on that. There's only one rental this month, and they are really starting to pick up for graduations. I'm seeing a lot come in. So if anybody wants to reserve the pavilion for graduations, get your reservation in now. August 2nd seems to be a hot date. I've turned that down 3 times now because somebody else has reserved it. I just want to confirm that Fall Fest is September 6th.
Correct.
Okay, so I have that in the calendar as well. Otherwise, that's all I have for buildings and grounds.
Garbage and recycling, Dave.
I guess the target date, April 26th, is tire recycling out of Pancrat's, trucking out of Highway 10. I have red cards here in case you want those, and or you'd like to, they will accept a driver's license. And of course, we're the only one that got 6 digits being in American County, so that's kind of the thing we have. So April 26th, last Saturday in April, 8 to noon, it's 8 to noon. They run it later in the afternoon, but there's the big rush at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then it died right off, so there's no use. Get them those 4 hours, 8 to noon. And this should be in the newsletter that's coming out.
Who's sponsoring that this time?
Who's doing we haven't had a meeting since last fall.
Yeah, I know.
So, I suppose that'll be decided, I don't know who's in the rotation.
I don't remember.
It's not us. we
It's
just
not
did
us,
it.
we had it last year.
Right.
That's all we gotta worry about then.
Yeah, it's on one of the other ones.
Yep.
Cameron, Lincoln, Marshfield, Richfield, and Rock.
One of them.
Yep, that's all I have. Other than that, there's been a lot of, I don't know what it's folks and that, but I had a lot of requests. Or they got a new driver, I don't know which. They must have slammed the carts down. They've been breaking wheels off them, cracking them, and it could be in a cold morning they do that, but, Chad, I called him one time, and then I had a report, another guy, his split, and he said the next week, the driver must have knew, because, yeah, there's a new car to get the next time. So, anybody else have any questions or comments?
All right, policies and procedures, Carolyn.
No,
Newsletter, Carolyn.
it should be, some have gotten it today, and I
Ours
guess,
was supposed to come because I get the email, from the post office, and it showed that it was there, but we never got any mail then today.
yeah, we didn't get it either, but somebody else told me they got theirs, a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mine showed up on the email, but it didn't show up in the mailbox, so.
Thank you, John, for helping me out on that. I took all the stuff in there, and first of all, he told me we were arrears in money. And I said, no, you are not. I wrote a check last year. And he said, oh, okay, well, check it out. So, yeah, you're right. So then he said, I said, well, I've got 4 boxes. And he said, well, where's your document? And I said, what document? And he said, you have to do it online. And I said, well, it'd been nice if you'd have said something about it. And he said, oh, well, that came up after you were here last time. So anyway, I said, okay, so what kind of document do I need? And he showed me what it was, and I said, if I go get it and get back, can you handle it? And he said, yeah, if you can get back in time. So I ran out to John's house, and he was able to pull it up, fill it out. I went back, and he said, oops, everything's closed, so you have to come back tomorrow morning. So anyway, it did get out, but John was my lifesaver at that point, so. And I don't know why they're not all out at once. Who knows?
Yeah, that don't make much sense.
Yeah.
All right, ordinances, Nicole.
So I'm sure many of you have seen the Facebook posts about the wind turbines that are being talked about recently. I looked at our ordinances, and we have chapter 373 nuisances, and in that ordinance it says a public nuisance is defined as a thing, act, occupation, condition, or use of property which shall continue for such length of time as to substantially annoy, injure, or endanger the comfort, health, repose, or safety of public. And the reason why I want to bring this forward is because there's been other townships who had ordinances specific for wind turbines. So my question is do we want to have our lawyer look at this to ensure that that covers the health and safety, or are we going to assume that this covers it? Because there are some examples.
It's already in here though. Substantially annoy, injure, or endanger the comfort, health.
Yeah, it's there.
It's already in
So
there.
it's there, but there are the following acts and omissions and places and conditions. There's specific examples,
Mhm.
but wind turbines aren't listed in there, so I don't know if we can leave it as is. Like stagnant water, garbage cans that are not fly tight. Like these are things that are like,
Yeah.
I mean examples, but I don't know how specific we need to be. But it does call that out in the definition.
Mhm.
So I wanted to make sure everybody was aware that we do have.
So we do have something in
We
place.
do have something,
Yeah.
but it's not specific to what every other township did around us.
Like
where
the
they-
ones that are getting sued.
Yes, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody's aware that this was on, I had John print this from our website, so everybody was aware of it.
And this was adopted in
2014, I believe.
14.
So we've been there for a while.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure, because this comes up a lot, and if people talk, and they say, oh, McMillan's the only one that didn't, well, we didn't pay somebody to write one for the wind turbines, we already have an ordinance for health and safety.
Right.
So you didn't read, you started down here in 3732.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so read number 1.
no person shall erect, contrive, cause, continue, maintain, or permit to exist any public nuisance within the town of McMillan, Marathon County, Wisconsin.
And then the rest of it is all the different things, huh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I just wanted to share that with everybody, so you guys had it.
So apparently when we adopted it, the attorney looked at it.
What,
Oh, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did it.
Yeah.
When you redid it.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is available on our website, if anybody
Mhm.
wants to reference it, they definitely can.
So we're good for a little while.
Whatever. Okay.
So that's all I have for ordinances.
Okay. Fire department.
Alright, February
10th, we've had 3 EMS calls, 1 motor vehicle accident, 1 canceled en route call, and 1 false alarm. On the fire side, we received a $1,000 grant from Mutual of Wausau. We also received $118 from the Papa Murphy fundraiser we did towards the end of February. EMS, we have 2 individuals going through the EMT course. So they're working to help them get through it and refresh everyone's skills. We received a thank you from patient's family for the professionalism of the crew that responded to in their time of need. Community education, March is Developmental Disability Awareness Month. See Facebook page for more information. And for our fundraiser, we're still in the planning stages for Fall Festival.
Anybody have any questions? All right, clerk's report.
Yeah, so the, let's see, the Board of Review training was completed by Carolyn and Dave, so we are compliant with that requirement for this calendar year. I received an email from the Marshall Insurance people asking me to fill out a questionnaire for the cyber policy renewal. If I recall correctly, we had a discussion about the cyber policy last year as to what sort of benefit it provides. The renewal last year was $2,000 for the year. I don't know what the renewal is going to be this year. I feel like last year I filled out the questionnaire and then they had additional follow-up questions and stuff. So I think that, to be honest, I think it's probably getting more and more difficult to get coverage. My personal opinion is that we can probably just do away with the cyber policy. We don't have any networked computers. We don't have a shared computer filing system. I've got files, Don's got files, apparently the fire department has files. None of them are shared, they're not commingled. So like if somebody gets access to my computer, they can't get access to Donna's files.
Right.
As far as, I think the biggest concern is probably like ransomware, so like, oh, somebody compromises my, my email account, and then they say, well, you have to pay us, 50 Bitcoin to get it back. That's where the insurance comes in, they'll negotiate with the terrorists or whatever. But, so when I switched us over to the .gov domain, we were required to have a third-party like email administrator, so you could, a person can administer their own email account, like have their own email server, but we were required to use like a professional service like Microsoft, Gmail, something like that. I went with Microsoft because one of the nice things is that when you're in that environment, then you automatically, all of your files back up to your OneDrive online. So when I save something to my desktop, it automatically goes up to the cloud, the Microsoft cloud. So if somebody compromises my Microsoft, let me back up. So it goes up to the cloud. When I transitioned us into that, the IC contractor that I've been working with recommended that we have a third-party backup. So it goes up to Microsoft, and then that third party backs it up from Microsoft and stores it at some other place, thirdparty.com.
You understand all that?
So,
Just love it.
so if somebody hacks my Microsoft account and says, haha, you can't get in, I tell them to pound sand, and then I go restore my stuff from the third party backup.
Right.
I've got it stored somewhere else, it's all secure. They can have the stuff, because they don't want the stuff. They just don't want you to have the stuff, okay? So I think that's the biggest real worry about the cyber insurance. I can't think of anything that I, as the clerk, hold. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that is protected personal information that I am the sole owner of. People's addresses and telephone numbers and stuff that I have records of, that's public record. People can request that stuff, and whether or not it's releasable, we would have to talk to the lawyer. But, you know, stuff like, voter records, that's probably, the custodian is probably the state of Wisconsin. I don't really hold that stuff. So I don't think there's a whole lot of, I mean, there's obviously risk with cyber stuff, but, I don't know that we're getting $2,000 of value
I don't think
for
so.
this.
Is that the total thing,
Yeah.
2,000?
That's what we paid last year.
Okay.
So it's only gonna go up
Is it
because
necessary?
cyber attacks are going up, or cyber attacks are being
Oh,
more
they
and more
have,
prevalent. You know, I think the better investment of $2,000 would probably be like training to make sure that everyone's using secure passwords and stuff. I believe that password managers are good. I use a password manager, so all of the websites that I go to for the town, they all have different passwords. I have no idea what they are. My password manager manages all of that, and I just need to know how to get into my password manager. As long as that password is secure, you're good to go. So that's kind of my feeling on that. We received one open records request, and I responded to one open records request. We received an email from Construction Business Group offering to have an investigator perform a variety of investigatory functions in our construction space to ensure contractors are complying with wage and hour laws and other applicable laws. I'm not aware of any requirement. It was just like a solicitation for them to come in.
I think they're pushing for union.
Hmm.
And then the reviews that I read online about them, that's kind of,
Yeah, it did seem like they were kind of sponsored or they're a nonprofit organization, but they were like born out of union stuff to protect union stuff, so,
yeah.
And this is what I, construction.
yeah.
Business.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Beth is here, I think, to give an update on the, cell phone tower hardware situation from last month.
So I did some follow-up with the Department of Revenue, the homeowner, landowner for their, they were never reimbursed the tax dollars, so the tower company's lawyer is asking for a refund they never paid. I just followed up with Ken and his wife 2 days ago, and they still hadn't received any payment. They reached out to the tower company the day after I visited with them last month. An American Tower representative told them that we don't know anything about a lawyer, we'll get a check in the mail for you, but it's been a month, they still haven't seen reimbursement for that, so. You
And
know,
that was in the amount of,
$144 and some change. And I also got a letter on behalf of the town of McMillan too for the other tower company in the township SBA. Just the letter, I sent John a copy of it, just saying, hey, you know, towers are exempt, so you know, and it was the same law firm, so.
Oh, they're going out collecting.
I think sometimes what they'll do is it's kind of like an injury lawyer where we get paid and you get paid. So the fact that the American Towers doesn't even know, and I asked John, they did not send an agent authorization with that request for a refund. They need to do that. We don't know and can't provide any information to them without knowledge that American Tower actually solicited them to represent them. So, you mean?
So sit back on our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if a reply is, I'm not a lawyer for the verbiage in there, I don't know if they need a reply, but, you know, can you reply to somebody that's not actually an authorized agent?
Can give them instructions on what they need to do. No.
Exactly, but that's my update, so,
Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
And that's the end of the notification and correspondence.
Okay, checks to approve.
I move to approve checks number 20571 through 20615. And then also ACH 250201 through 250204.
We get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
What's rival plumbing and what was that one about?
That's the
Is that the one in the
furnace.
house?
The furnace, no, that's the furnace for the fire department.
Okay,
right,
4920, that's the furnace over there.
okay.
Why does the school district in Marshfield have two different checks? 20603 and then also 20582. I like the smaller one better, if that counts for anything.
Yeah, so the big one is the February settlement, and the small one is PILT,
Yeah.
payment in lieu of taxes. Nobody told me about it either, so I still don't know what it is. I mean,
Okay.
we get money, and then we have to send the money out to the other people, and then it's, yeah, so it's payment in lieu of taxes from the state of Wisconsin.
Oh,
So they send us money, and then we have to send it out to these other taxing authorities,
oh, okay,
and then we'll get some more in April, I think.
so it's legit.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't they just send it right to them and take the middleman out?
Because that way you can ask questions.
It can't go on the tax bill and stuff, it's
Yeah.
not part of, it can't be part of the settlement, because that's not part of that. So it has to be separated.
I suppose it's town of McMillan's share.
I
Is
guess.
that how that would work?
Fair.
Because like,
It's all of
Our
ours, it's all
portion.
within our jurisdiction,
Yeah.
and the way we pay it.
any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, what's the next thing on the list here? Budget to actual, does anybody have any questions on the budget? Treasurer's report?
It's in the deck. We did combine those ARPA funds with the highway, that's all done. And, please look at the interest rates.
Dropped a little bit, huh?
Yeah, almost in half for the tax one, and the money market's so bad. More than half, because that was a 4,
Yeah,
so yeah.
it's right down there. And what do we need for fund transfers?
I'd be requesting $45,000 from the tax savings to Maine.
45, you said?
Yes.
We did get 18,000 today for, not transportation, it's the part of, first part of the share, I believe.
Did we get
It
the
should be in
reimbursement yet for the grant?
there. No,
Not yet?
you're talking about man stuff.
Yeah.
No.
That hasn't
Yeah,
come
which,
through
no.
yet.
I'm assuming that you want me to, when that comes, that'll go into that highway fund,
Yeah, I think,
because that, kind of where we,
983,
yeah,
yeah.
put it in there. Okay.
I'll move that we.
we're doing transfer of funds first.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
that's right.
40,000.
Oh,
45.
45, tax savings to the checkbook.
okay. Can we get a second?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, let's see, fire department billing. I suppose we don't have that here. You didn't put that in our packet, did you?
I didn't have anything put in there.
Lori had given us that.
That was like last fall sometime.
Yeah, and John said he emailed it.
Yeah, we all had an email, I just thought you were going to.
Oh, sorry, I guess I thought it was supposed to be something new, or,
Want to table that till next month?
Yeah,
We need the paperwork, so I need a motion to table that.
I'll make that motion.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, so we need to accept the grant and approve the engineer contract for Stott Avenue. I know we don't have accept the grant on there, but I think approving the contract or the engineer is pretty much accepting it.
I move to accept the grant for Stott Avenue and also approve the engineer request.
Need a second?
Second.
If anybody has any questions, Jim is available by phone.
Okay.
He just texted me a few minutes ago, so he said if we have any questions, we can just call him.
What's his fee?
The total lump sum is $93,557.39. It'd be real close to what man was.
I was gonna say, it's
Yeah.
pretty, very close to what we did for man.
Do you need the dates too, or no?
No, I just haven't seen the,
So are they going to do borings to?
Yeah, just like they did last time.
course.
He said it's all gonna be basically the same as what they did on man.
Okay.
So what they'll go through and they'll get all the permitting and all that for anything they need for it, so. It'll be a reconstruction,
Right.
and then I also told him there's a couple blind spots that need to be taken care of, so he's gonna work on that also.
Because that traffic is gonna increase
Just like it did on man,
speed.
I know.
I don't think they can increase anymore.
Well,
They're gonna need NASCARs to be able to increase.
Oh, the speed limit?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're already, I mean, some of the cars are already making air over the top of the hill.
Oh, you mean on Stott over here?
Yes.
Already.
I mean, they're
Without
not,
any work on it.
yeah, I mean, smooth is not gonna be anything.
No, it'll just give him a little faster,
Yeah.
They'll be a little safer.
yeah. So does anybody have any questions for Jim? Because we can give him a call.
I'd like to go through this, and so we can, not at this point, so,
Mhm.
yeah.
Who seconded that? Did anybody second that? No, who made the
I
motion?
Carolyn seconded.
Yeah.
So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, the food truck permit. Our ordinances say $100, am I correct, for a permit?
Yeah, so that's for the, if I recall correctly, the terminology in the ordinances is solicitor,
Uh-huh,
or, yeah, is it, right?
something on that order. I know I had looked it up about that.
Solicitor permit. And I feel like that might be like a door-to-door, like vacuum salesman or book salesman or whatever. I don't know if this falls into that, but yes, our solicitor permit was $100 per year.
Well, he's selling out in the parking lot, so
Yeah.
that would be soliciting also.
Well, transient merchant, that's what it
There-
is. Transient
there
merchant
you
is,
go.
Yeah.
so we don't have a solicitor permit, we have transient merchant.
Okay, so how many times was he here in a year?
About 3 or 4, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's already been here 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
4 and 24, I believe. So,
yes,
and he was just here a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah, those candidates were outstanding.
I know, they were good.
Yeah.
So were the grapefruit, so were the
And-
peaches.
and the pecans.
Yeah. I mean, everything was really good.
They are, they're wonderful.
oh, they've been here 3 times this year. January 22nd, February 11th, and March 4th, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they contact you, or
Must
they
be a
just?
Yeah,
How
they
do
send
we
us
know when they're there?
$25 right now, is what they do.
Okay.
So the next one is peaches, so we'll have at least one more.
Well, no, what he's been doing is, we haven't charged him the $100 for a year. We've charged him $25 per visit. So do we want to continue that, or do we want to give it to him for $100, and say we'll
What
do
does
it
our
for the
ordinance
year?
say, 100 for a
Not to
year?
exceed how many, you know, because otherwise we don't want him here every week.
Well, that won't happen, yeah.
He's done very
So
well.
what's it say in there about that $100? What about, is so many times, or what?
No, it just says for a year.
Per year?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we keep it 25. Yeah.
Except that, do we always know? Does he always?
Oh,
know?
yes.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
just so, who's getting that notification?
John is, I get it,
I get it.
yeah. It's on
I see it
Facebook.
on
How do we get
Facebook.
it?
Huh?
It's
How
on
do we get
Facebook.
it?
It's on
It's
Facebook.
on- it's
You
on
gotta buy
Facebook.
something first, then
Yeah.
you get on the list.
I have, but I didn't
Oh,
get anything.
oh.
Yeah.
Just go on IndianRiver.com.
Well, we can let you know the next.
Yeah, yeah, if you get signed up on there, they'll let you know.
And maybe, John, we can try to share it on our Facebook
Yeah.
page.
Yeah, that would be a good call.
If we see it, I mean,
Yeah, we missed it too.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, on the email that they sent, this last email that they sent, said that that they came on March 4th, but I don't remember.
I was there.
Oh, that one worked.
And I don't remember getting money for that one at all.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm getting at, is how, who gets notified, and how do I know that that should
Right.
be coming to me? That's what I'm looking for.
I think I've gotten.
You haven't gotten any money?
I've gotten 3. Yeah, no, I guess.
Well, I think you can just let them know,
Yeah.
you know, check it, see how many you got, and,
Yeah, we'll have to look at,
see if we need to send them a bill.
Yeah.
Because they've been really, really good about making sure we get.
Yeah,
the money.
so if this gets approved for these two, they've got July 8th and July 29th to sell
Peaches,
peaches, yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
and pecans, and maybe blueberries.
July
So as long,
and July 29th.
yeah, so if that gets approved, then I'll follow up with them saying, okay, you guys got approved, send me money for this, and then but before I send the email, I'll make sure that we got all squared away for all the other previous
Yeah.
ones, and then.
right, because I don't have.
And double check with them too and see if they were for sure here in January, because I don't remember that one.
I feel like one was canceled.
That could be, so
Okay.
that might have been,
Maybe that's why.
yeah,
Okay, that would make sense, but
because I know
yeah.
there was a real cold snap.
That was the real cold
Yeah,
time.
and
Yeah.
then maybe he had I remember seeing a cancellation, but I don't remember when.
Yeah,
So do we want to keep it at 25 or?
need a motion
Well,
I'll make a motion to keep it at 25 a visit.
in a second, please.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
I have discussion.
No, you don't.
They're very good.
I know, I'm not against it, but if you were to come look at our ordinances and he says, well, this says 100 and you're charging me.
He already knows it, because we
Okay.
already discussed it with him,
Okay, and he's,
and he was fine with it.
okay, all right. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, because, 'cause we had told him it's $100, and I said, but the only thing is, we don't want you here every weekend.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to open up that, you know,
And
can of
they-
worms basically for them to start having
Yeah.
whatever out here. And we want to still be able to control the weekends that are the days that they are here, where his is on Tuesday. So they're not sitting out here during Fall Fest, you
Right.
know, so.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah. So, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. John Sebastian rezone.
I move to,
Wait, oh, go ahead.
Make the motion.
I move to not accept the John Sebastian rezone per recommendation from the Plan Commission.
Can I get a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay,
Yeah, I
discussion?
did.
Okay,
Any discussion
and that's one on 97, correct?
on 97?
Yeah.
Correct. Make
Yeah.
sure though, when you put the reason why,
Yeah, we have to have a
And
reason
let's-
for it.
Let's go
Which
over
is
that
what?
again, Dorothy, if you will,
What
please,
your
and tell us
reason is
exactly
because-
where it is now.
it does not fit in with the comprehensive plan that
Mhm.
your town adopted. That is in a commercial residential area, not going back to ag in that little triangle. That was the reason that it was not recommended.
So can we add that as a reason to my?
That needs digging in there.
Got that, John? Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, then the Marathon County CPZ Town Survey response. I got nothing.
I could give John my copy.
You mean this one?
Uh-huh. Mine's filled out full.
Oh, come on.
Oh, old age.
That's the last page, right?
John, I'll
That's
have
Jim
it.
Pager.
Last page.
On code alignment, the first question, she answered yes. So does the current Marathon County Chapter 17 zoning code align with the growth and development goals of your township? The answer is yes. And number 2, community feedback. Have you received feedback from residents or businesses about zoning code? The answer, no. Potential areas for amendment, there is no response in there. County administration of zoning code, how would you rate the county's administration of the zoning code as it applies to your township? She circled good. And please explain, because we have good rapport with the county.
Only good.
You want to change that?
What's that?
Outstanding report?
No,
Says
there-
excellent.
there's always room for improvement.
I'm on the same page as you.
Always.
Okay, continuation of county zoning. Does your town plan to continue participation in Marathon County general zoning? She responded yes. Support, how can Marathon County better support your township? Cliff notes. Is that what that says? That commission and town board are more efficient.
What about,
What did you say here? How can
Number
Marathon
6.
County better support your township? What?
Cliff notes.
Russ, everybody that starts the plan commission has a hard time remembering our rural residential, farmland pres, you know, so you got cliff notes.
Okay.
And it does help remember.
Okay, number 7, comments and concerns. Does your town have any other comments or concerns regarding Marathon County general zoning or the Chapter 17 zoning code? And they responded no. And that was it, am I correct? Does anybody have any changes or additions or
So the timing thing, did they work that out?
timing for what?
Well, when they come to us and then it goes to Marathon County, they are they're not getting it before we are, our local.
Well, they have to go to the county in order to fill out applications.
Right.
Okay? The
But
only
then the
time we
timing
ever have,
of-
the only
timing
time
is
we
when-
have an issue is when we are dealing with Breland.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
my point.
Yes.
can we add that on there?
They already know.
Everybody knows it.
They're
Yeah.
all aware.
Yeah,
But that, when we have other engineers, we don't have that problem.
That was. my-
But when Breland is involved, then we have the problem.
That's my point.
So all we have to
And
do is,
technically, the surveyor is supposed to go to the clerk before he goes to the county.
yeah, yeah.
But he does little side things.
But like on that application permit, I see the price on that was $620. So that's why they go to county first. Otherwise, it ain't coming to us. And we don't see that. But anyway, do you want to approve the answers on this, or did you have any additions, nothing?
Fine.
Okay.
I move to approve the Marathon County CPZ town survey responses.
Can you get a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carried. We need a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
I don't think he's still here. Can you get a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. But we all have to sign this.
Oh,
Just Dorothy, I'm just gonna keep your copy, and John can make me one.
now we're gonna say this on hold.
I'm not sure what I should have.
What's that?
I should have.
I don't care, I took the day, I loved it. I worked as much as I could.
Yeah.
No, you don't have to. No, you don't have to vote on anything for the township.
I turned everything back on. It's literally now, in one rate.
Wrote that all up, sent that out to my son.
Yeah, wow, I'll send it.
So you're not going to I made a copy. But the son's going to.
So you got that respiratory?
So, yeah, that was
commercial.
And then
Yeah.
that gave the symptoms, but he
When you
got.
get open, then you have to look at
So his immune system got his respiratory turned into
That's one thing they're like.
he got cellulitis, traveled up, he got cellulitis in his eye socket up against his brain.
I have one.
And we were hospitalized for
I think so.
That's why he went to camp. He was fine.
Yeah.
He left for a retreat weekend for church. He was there for 7 or 8 hours. We get a call at 0 to 30. Come on. And he showed us his face. I turned on the phone, we're like, we're on the way.
Yeah, John told him.
So we across the state there.
Yeah, he sent a request.
He fell asleep
Yeah,
by
he was looking
Jeep.
at it.
And so we hightailed it back to Marshfield. So he's home now. We haven't had a chance to hang out, so.
And then they'll sign it, send it back. Yeah.
I can carry him out. I got a few minutes. He's with
Well,
his mom
see,
right
it's
now.
confusing for them too, because prior,
And then,
you know, they, SBA got all their stuff.
Yeah.
See that building out there?
hey,
And
Building out there.